Hi, welcome back to my beautiful channel. Today I am going to be talking about child abuse. Why do some children get into that abuse, and why abuses children? A lot of people have different opinion on child abuse. I have personal experience about child sexually abuse. Now my experience is about my daughter who is 11 years old and a 16 years old boy who normally visits my house. She's a friend's son came to my house one fateful day, was looking for my son, who is his friend. And because nobody was around, this guy almost took advantage of my daughter. If not for the girl is very, very smart. She's very, very smart. Immediately she opened the door in the sitting room. I said, "Where is your brother?" I said, "My brother should be outside." He said, "But I am coming from outside. I can't find your brother outside." I said, "But my brother is outside." And my daughter said, "Let me look outside." The guy was already in the sitting room waiting for her to return so that he can take advantage of my daughter. And my daughter went outside and came back and said, "I didn't see my brother, but I will tell him that you came around." Immediately he jacked her clothes, the skirt she was wearing. The boy, 16 years old boy, jacked my daughter. And my daughter was able to defend herself. It's not funny. My daughter defended herself. So today I want to hear your opinion. I want to get different opinion on what child abuse and what experience, personal experience, and let other people speak concerning this child abuse.
Doctors and researchers have discovered that there is a 5-step process by which sexual predators like to groom a child for child sex abuse. The first step is to identify a vulnerable child. That's finding a child who maybe has a family that is an unstable home, a child who lacks self-esteem, or a child who's a prior victim of child sex abuse, or maybe who has some mental incapacities. Step 2 is engaging the child in peer-like involvement, meaning having a special relationship with them where they treat them like a peer. Step 3 is desensitizing the child to touch. So what might be an accidental bump on the butt, or starts as shoulder rubs and then becomes petting that then escalates into touching their private parts. They like to turn off the child's alarm bells that go on when the teacher touches them in a place they're not supposed to. Step 4 is isolating the child. That means having a child in their classroom, behind closed doors, one-on-one, having them in their vehicle by offering to drive them to and from school, or having them after school where no one else is around. And step 5 is making the child feel responsible, suggesting that somehow the child is responsible for the nature of their relationship, or that they're going to get in trouble, or they're going to hurt their families, or the teacher is going to get in trouble if the child were to say anything. This is the point where usually they manipulate a child into silence and either threaten them or ask them to please not say anything and to keep it between them.
Abuse can have profound and lasting impacts on a person's physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. Some of the common psychological damages and long-term effects include, number 1, post-traumatic stress disorder. Children who have been victimized in childhood can experience PTSD during childhood and even later into adulthood. They may experience flashbacks, nightmares, and even severe anxiety. Number 2, depression and anxiety. Chronic feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and anxiety are very common for victims of childhood sexual abuse. Number 3, low self-esteem. Victims will struggle with feelings of worthlessness and self-blame. Number 4, shame and guilt. A pervasive sense of shame and guilt are very persistent, even though the abuse was not their fault. The abuser convinces them that the abuse was something that they wanted or that they caused to happen. This guilt and shame is so ingrained in the victim that it can sometimes take decades for them to overcome this guilt and shame to eventually reach out for help. Lastly, dissociation. Some individuals may disconnect from reality as a coping mechanism. This can lead to memory gaps and also a sense of detachment from their surroundings. This is also why some victims don't remember their abuse for many years.
If you watch to this moment, I hope you are able to get something on what child abuse is all about. Let us protect our children. Let us guide our children. Let us make awareness. Let us make relevant information on what child abuse is. Let us educate our people, especially people who live in remote areas. in rural areas, people that don't know our children. Let us educate them, even our secondary schools and our colleges and universities. Let us educate, particularly the female ones. Even the male ones can also be abused. But in my own case, it was my daughter who was almost get raped by a 16-year-old boy. And I didn't find it funny. And I went in my own legal way to take legal action, and became a war. Even the people living around me, they did not find it funny. They became my enemies. Why should I go and report something that it was an attempt? It was not actually, it did not happen. It was an attempt. How am I sure that my daughter was saying the truth? My daughter who waited for me to come back from my office. And after then, before then, they have told the brother, and the brother was out to beat hell out of that power. They waited for me until I came back around in the night, and they reported the issue. And I went to the family. They were begging, at the same time abusing me, trying to fight me. They even came with fight in my house, and she ganged up with all her friends on this issue. So it is not funny. Let us educate our children. Let us protect our children from those kind of people in the society. You can hear what everybody is saying. They have their personal experience, and they have their own opinion. They have research on it. So let us guide our children. Because even a male child can still be abused, and they have been abusing them one way or the other. Sexually abused, verbal abuse, emotionally abused. How do we protect these children? Let us continue to make awareness. Let us continue to speak out. When such a thing happens to you or your child or anybody around you, don't keep it. Don't keep it. Take legal action. Because in my own case, I have involved the police. I involved the police. So it became a war till today. Some of those people who gang up and said it was an attempt, we are not in talking terms. And I don't mind. I don't give a fuck. So let us protect our children against child abuse, especially sexual child abuse.